Let me make sure that this is live. Good. Instead of recording this stuff locally to my computer, I've decided to go ahead and bring it directly to my YouTube channel. I need to check the volume first. Let's mute the TV, turn up the volume on my speakers so I can hear. Okay, it doesn't sound like the mix is too bad. All right. Now I can close that out and continue playing through the story. First things first, though, I need to go and see the Marauders Guild, as I need to do the level 10 quest, and I went the wrong way. I mean, technically it's the other way, but I just would rather use the Aetherite. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I got that on the right spot now. Wasn't too sure about its placement before. And I might as well, even though narratively I would be jumping ahead, I think I'll go ahead and do both of the quests that I can do so that I can get Tomahawk and then go complete the Hall of the Novice. Wake of Destruction. Rinzone wishes to speak with you regarding your ongoing training. Endo, I've gathered what information I could concerning the beast young Sigurd bade you slay. The tales name this creature Kujata. Those who have witnessed Kujata in the terrifying flesh also call him the Stampeding Mountain, such is his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But, to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step toward that distant goal, I send you to Blind Iron Mines. We have had word that the folks are falling prey to the claws of the local Galagos. It is your task to protect the weak and from these unruly creatures. Learn to channel that rage inside of you and let your axe blades sing in righteous slaughter. This gate is the closest. This takes me back in 1.0 when... Not 1.0. God, I wish I could play it in 1.0, but I know I'd have hated the game if I had played it now without future knowledge. Back in 2.0, when I was trying to figure out if I was playing this game on mouse and keyboard, how I played WoW before picking up the controller, playing it back in toggle mode, and still doing so poorly and playing it. Looks like there's some people that need to be dead for my hunting log. Oh, you just died in one because of Berserk. I'm not mistaken, that's for... Is that for the Leaf Quest? No, that's for access to the Mists. Which technically isn't a bad thing to do, but I really don't need the shortcut. What am I missing? Megalo crabs. 3 Mulm Bend. Oh yeah, the one view was me. I'm like, views? What? Oh, me. No, I don't really need to because the level syncing tells me that. Where is 3 Mulm Bend? Wasn't that down here? Oh wait, is it Middle Enosha? It's Middle Enosha. Let's be lazy. Actually, I can just hide this because I'm not going to be talking to anybody and I don't need the dialogue. Sure. Why not? Okay. I have done my part. Well, this is not a clean Let's Play anyways. Welcome back, Endo. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there is yet much work to be done. Kujata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the lands of Tiller's Rest. The foodstuffs spilled from the overturned wain have attracted all manners of hungry predators. Without produce for the market, the farmers will surely suffer for coin this season. Your duty is thus clear. Put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. Ah, there we go. Okay, well, where is Three Malm Bend? Oh, up there, nearest by where I'm going. Right. I figure while I'm out here, I might as well clear out the second log. Or the first log. You sense a hostile presence. Nah. Still better to do single 90% oh, still not done. Find those megalor crabs. Haha, my legs. Ah, there are said megalor crabs. I know it's not needed, but man, I wish I hope that they rebalance in 8.0. I mean, they're supposed to be reworking everything, but it would be nice if difficulty rank unlock, level up. It would be nice if they changed the levels in which tanks got some of their cooldowns to make it a more even experience. Like, for instance, give warriors, paladins, dark knights, and gunbreakers their short form cooldown at level 30. Should have so friggin' Blackest Knight, Raw Intuition, Shieldtron, and whatever Gunbreakers is. I don't know why I switched to streamer mode. This is not about that. So I will remove that. Not remove that, but I'm gonna just focus on reading. Remember, this is not about once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. The creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampage. To face Kujata himself, You yet require more training, but do not despair, Endo. As Axe Master and fellow Marauder, this I swear, I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon, until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide and most knotted muscle, the densest bone. This menace will fall by your hand. You may find yourself drawn to explore the possibility offered by other disciplines and guilds. These directives are inevitable and perhaps necessary, but I urge you to soon return to the path of the Marauder. I do not wish your edge to dull just as you begin to show such potential. Fare you well, Endo. Armory unlocked. You can now pick up other jobs. Brutal strength. I will be jumping ahead of the MSQ in order to pick up Tomahawk and also be able to finish the Hall of the Novice. Axe Master Rinzoen has new task for you to undertake. I see you have been diligent in your training. You need not tell me in words. It shows in your bearing, in your unwavering gaze. It is time for you to once more lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in western Lenosha. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to the locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning power. How to find this beast? Well, I am fortunate enough to count among my acquaintances a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Rayenfred. He took up residence in Aleport some years ago and will gladly aid you in this task. With Rayenfred's assistance, you are to track down this prowling danger and provide it swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. See if maybe I'm able to actually rent the Chocobo that you can control as opposed to the Choco Porter. So, Aleport. Morbay Docks. Trying to remember which way. Is it Western Lenosha? Yeah, Western. Oh hey, the Gobus are now on the chopping block. would get off and kill you, but see, they've changed it now. They make it going into the zone gives you the entire map. That was not once. That was not always the case, I should say. I'll go ahead and get the waypoint. Good to see that the jog feature also works on the overworld. Well, since these things are here. Doing this just puts me unnecessarily ahead of the curve, but whatever. It's a little bit of the old experience. No, it'll make going to this part way too easy. What a Rinzone's boys, are ya? Why, I've known that Sprat since he was knee-high to a, well, he was always kind of a big fella. He was always kind of a big fella, he was always kind of a big fella, was Rinzone. That reads weird. And and now they call him Axemaster, eh? Not a subtle lot, you marauders. So I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble. What you need to do, then, is take yourself northwest up towards Camp Skull Valley and give a good whistle. The mean bugger you're after, his name's Patraponton. By the by, will come running across the weeded plains. He'll think you're trespassing on his territory. See, so you better have that cleaver of yours ready. Ashkan's blessings upon ye. Who happens to be the sign I was born under. Well, unfortunately, you're on my way. And you're on my hunting log. Wait, no, it's here. There we go. I've been in contact with Rinfred, and he had naught but praise for you, Endo. Your representation of the guild has been exemplary. There is one more task I would have you complete this day, a task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you have become. Report to... God, these frickin' bro names. Skafgim, where he awaits at the bank of the ageless river, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. Aye, lad. I know why you're here. After seeing this big old boulder, I'd wager you know what you're here to. Now, my rock's a bit more challenging than those pebbles Rotgim had you training on. To crack these beauties will require a relatively heavy swing. Impossible, you say? Rinzoan wouldn't send you out here if he didn't think you were capable. It's the immovable boulder. Ah, would you look at that? On your first attempt, too. Well, I guess it's back to the Axe Master for you.
My turn.
I knew you would return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached me even here. This feat of strength deserves recognition, and you shall have it in the form of a new technique, adopted and perfected by our guild forebearers. The tomahawk throw was first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. Though we primarily focus on close-quarter combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged strike at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. I sense the impending confrontation with Kujata weighs heavily on your mind, Endo. But hurried swing lead to glancing blows. There is no swift road to attaining the peak of mastery you seek, only a steadied, measured ascent. Yeah. Now I can go and finish the Hall of the Novice. I won't continue the story for the guild until I hit the appropriate story level range. So when I hit 20 on the MSQ, then I can establish enmity with ranged attack, defeat all enemies. Tomahawk hold technique will be the tool for that. So you better pull them off a few at a time to save distance. Now I'm just gonna rush in, tank it all. You know, I'd get mobbed. I mean, technically speaking, I could have done this with Provoke. Maybe just because it's considered in battle that it doesn't go idle. Let me see. Or maybe I have to do change pose. Okay. Yeah, see, now I'll do it. Okay, it's because I was just toggled into... I was toggled into the battle stance. What's this one? Defeat the enemy and stay alert for recall. Oh, this one. That was easy. Nice. There we go. Except for the later ones. I wonder what those are locked behind. How do you have any damage at all? The worst healer ever. They're not even casting stone. They're just waiting for my HP to drop. Awesome. Now my question is Is the Hall of the Intermediate available? Nope. Alright, I guess you don't get access to that till right before the end of the base story. Alright, let us continue the story. Sky High. Battlerin, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has a suggestion to put you on the road towards new adventures. How do you fare, Endo? Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well, then, I've got an idea where you might be heading next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in the middle of Nocia? If you've ever visited Woad Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down that thing at least once, that bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. I labour that, and I hear they could use an enterprising soul to pick up the odd jobs what no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of... I hate row names so much. Work It. I'm going to go with Work It because that's amusing to me. Work It, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. No, I will use the Choco Porter. It really stands out how quiet the vanilla zones are because the OST doesn't really loop the way it does when you get to Heaven's Word, Stormblood, and beyond that point. Like, they all have full fleshed out zone music, and this is just quiet. Remember this. Battering sent you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the Skylift. Look at the bloody cliff, will you? A blast of fiery hell from a huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through, though, so this mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. Work it, a skylift operator needs you to recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad to see you again, lad. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity what sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road, recover the seedling, and deliver it to Leof over at Swift Perch in Western Lenosha. Whatever he pays ye for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and ye deserve a reward for your troubles. Oh, and you'll find an aetheryte in Swift Perch, so the journey should be worth your while. Unauthorized to summon mount. Has Nemea herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of million corn, I at least expected the seedlings to be delivered before disaster struck. Million corn seedling. This strain of million corn has been bred over generations to grow in even the rockiest of soil. Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day. It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swift Perch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus, I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, sir, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Thanks, 20. We'll hold off for now and just do the main story. Relight the torch. Freylif, a yellow jacket on guard in Swift Perch, wants you to visit the Brewer's Beacon and investigate the reason behind the warning light. You there, adventurer, cast your eyes towards the Brewer's Beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? I can't turn my camera that far. It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ships sailing in the bay. I would march over the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the Brewer's Beacon and see if aught befell Consuis, the lighthouse keeper. You say a yellow jacket sent you here? Eh? Me light's gone dim. Has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb that fuels me furnace is up and buggered off, you see. If I don't get that beacon fixed soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just a messenger lad, but I can tell a venturer when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase down a bomb and bring back a claw, what you ripped from its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set it down in the middle of the flock, somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb soon will be about. Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lad. To crush your enemies. Oh, are you 4 or 5? I'm sorry, somebody chose death. That was a weird choice. All you need to do is to take down that runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. Bomb claw. Unbearably hot to the touch, this remnant of the void scent bomb will set aflame nearly anything it comes into contact with. Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did ye? Once I've put this in the furnace, this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of a look while you were gone. Lim Lane, and Lim Lane cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up best I could, but I ain't no smithy. You might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swift Perch, and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. Lim Lane. Alright, I'm killing you all. You're all going to die for the crime of one. Well, since I'm well ahead of the curve, I'll get Storm. That's right. Butcher's Block doesn't. I briefly fooled myself into thinking Butcher's Block was there. Yeah, I'll have my 1-2-3 combo that I won't be able to use in any instances soon enough. The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must need be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armorers Guild in Limsa Luminsa and explain the situation to Ford Master Hananza. Return. That's right, I forgot they're both in the same spot. I don't know why they still haven't put a waypoint over at the... The furnace in the brewer's beacon needs repairs. Pyrogod's beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week's past. Mayhap the bomb Consuise had trapped in there was a touch too volatile? I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work's done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Forge Master Hanaz, head of the Nordic and Vermilies, wants you to assist with a workload over at the Morbidide dry docks. What say you taking on some work from Nordic and Vermilies? We've a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Otgrim, the head of the ship's right at Morbidide dry docks. Morabi dry docks. God, I can't speak. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Lenosha. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Nordic and Vanillies. The Morabi dry docks. Oh my lord. Morabi dry docks is one of Limsa's most important districts. The least as far as I'm concerned. And I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetherite. If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you're best served making use of the Chocobo Porter, first floor of the mizzenmast, in case you're wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city for the Tempest Gate, follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. You know, I wonder if she ever talked to her. Nope. Was kind of hoping for a dialogue follow-up. Chocobo Porter to Morabi Dry Docks. Or Morabi's Dry Docks. Yeah, I don't have to. Wait, you're telling me I can ride this even though... No, why are you lit up? Oh, my favorites, that's why. Because everything was copied over. That's funny that it copied over even my favorites. Well, if I ever need to cart somebody around, I've got 2 mounts account-wide. You have the missive from the Forge Master Hananza. I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Naldic and Vermilli missive. An important message entrusted to you by Naldelic and Vermilli's Forge Master Hananza, with orders to deliver it to Victory Shipwright. Let me see. Atbrim. Blasted botheration. Another delay. I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustrations. Might I have your name? Endo, is it? Well, Endo, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is a symbol of Limsa Minza's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Thus, We are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going as far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the thalassocracy. Yet, even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for hard-working adventurers. Be you fair warned, there is no place for layabouts and troublemakers. Otgrim is looking for a member of his crew and the items that he was supposed to deliver. Where in the seven hills is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Firlsmide, recently left Candle Cape Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa, but he is yet to return. I've sent several missives to Haldroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall seeing the right, nor the ship supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling the truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Haldroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Did I bypass it? I did. Had my eyes closed for a moment and missed where I was supposed to go. Is this the fight? An adventure, are you? Well, you'll have to do. You see that man over there, the big one, the captain of the shipping vessel out of Razatan? Found him stowed away below his deck. When the captain moored here at the quay, we brought that brute ashore for questioning. When he up and started assailing my men, and for a man who's been holed up in the dark corner for a past fortnight, he has more energy than you'd believe. We would certainly use a hand calming him down. So it's a fight, will you? Get your hands off of me, honeybees. I paid it for passage proper. Damn captain's filling your heads with something. I missed. Get your hands off of me. May the mighty serpents drag your asses all the way down. Alright. Does that self-righteous dog Albrin doubt that I never told him anything less than the truth? Turtleback Island? He can't do that. Can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator rest her soul, I know not of Frilsmide, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here at the Quay haven't even... Hells, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble these past few suns, well, with the sinking of the Leminsian cargo ship off the Salt Strand. I haven't had the time to take proper piss, let alone take note of every scrag that wanders off the grip. Albrodo has a suggestion that for the kind adventurer who came bearing Foreman Atbrim's message. Now, the way I see it, if you have the time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows? You may just run across this Frilsmide. I'm going to call him Ferosamide now. Ferosamide, everyone seems so eager to find. Here's hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. Hey, there's Ferosamide. Hi, I'm Ferosamide. Yeah, ye say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts. I thought he might be, but you must know I cannot show me face to the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliff, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway twixt shore and sea, the swells had risen nigh on 10 yawns, and 'twasn't long before the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boats, nature's grip was too tight, and we were flung headlong into the Leminsian galley. When I woke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the strand. I's made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with quickrin, and I ain't one with a sword. Now ye see why I cannot return to the dry docks. Let's see, can I pause? Nope, stop. There's no option of pausing, so I just have to sit here and go AFK a moment. It's all right. That night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags. And it weren't long before the world round me faded black as I slipped deeper and deeper into the abyss. Below, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I awoke to find myself washed ashore. And here I've been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. Folded sailcloth, a piece of nautical equipment intended for the Victory and sought after by shipwright, Ferrissamide. And yeah, these all have the same title, the same information. The missing parts. I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, the first time I stop at the quay, so that I might pay respects to the widows of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell that Brim that I'll be back at the dry docks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. I'm relieved to hear that both Pheresimide and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish of him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day. The sea here adjacent to the dry docks were calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the troubles the ship encountered off the Candle Creek Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. Victory Foreman Atbrim is considering recommending you for an important job involving dry dock security. Endo, while I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to the Naldic and Vermilli, to Naldic and Vermillis. Pardon me. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. What did I do to you? Why don't you like me? Gimthota, head of the watch here in Dry Dock, believes that pirates may be plotting attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa Laminza endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handful of coins, just the thought of it sickens me. I don't know how I got stuck. Ah, yes, I had a feeling you'd be the one Atbrim sent. Since you first arrived at Morby Dry Docks, I have had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That, and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well, then. I assume Atbrim informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates we believe to be are conspiring to raid the dry docks were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men posing as a lost adventurer and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Kanago, stationed at the rear gate, can provide you the exact location of the camp. Could be Kanago or Sanago. I'll say Kanango. Endo. I knew it. No more sardines for Kanago. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some other gods on whom Atbrim would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah, the job, yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gate southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nemea, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. Bugger off, you unbloodied whelp. You reek of an old maid's tea, and it's making me wine taste more and more sour than it already is. What do we have here? A lost little lamb looking for his mummy? Well, he's a nice far going. When you come and see your tender arse down by old 1-2, he'll keep you warm and toasty. I'm giving you the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venturing ass back down whatever rock it is you crawled from under. You see, I was added up to me ears with your type roaming the hills like it was yours to roam. It's getting to be that a man can't even enjoy a mug of rum without some shite breath outlander running up asking which way to the local leave mate. 7 L's if I know I'm a bloody 7 L's if I know I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Falls balls. Once me boys back, I'm putting this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, ain't no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags, we've knives to sharpen. What a friendly guy. I had no crabs blinked. The trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But with this talks of getting me boy back, could it be their target was never the victory? Something is not right, and I won't stand by idly waiting for these pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help. And it appears we were wise to put our trust in you. Oh, pardon me. Gimthota, captain of the watch at Morabi Dry Docks, wishes your aid in dealing with potential intruders. I'm concerned, Nendo. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep over They creep ever closely to the dry docks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. The ship is a symbol of everything Limsa Lominsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Endo, are just the man to do it. With your capable assistance, I fear that the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guard submitted reports of suspicious activities in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Erstwis at the front gate or Sinago at the rear. Any suspicious saboteurs you encounter during your course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. I'll speak with Sinago because she believed in me. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Gimthota's desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. Spotted me, did you? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. I still feel like you should be able to jump down from there. That's 10 levels. So you found one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could the knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Captain! Trouble at the shipyard! Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates! Out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Gods below, we are not prepared for this. The pirate soldiers, how many are there? Not sure. More than I could count seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there is no time to lose. Endo, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds and follow after. Make haste now. Oh, so you just like ignore it. So if I go up here, no, but that's cool. That works for me. All right, who's the conqueror? You. Kick in the face, or you just die. Never reckoned it'd be so easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but the plan worked like a charm. Dah! What are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous, backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate's life to become a shipwright and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What under Limlane's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, Dad, don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I wondered why Atbrim never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. This ship is a symbol, all right, of everything what went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Kimthota, Endo, pray beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug, and make sure no harm comes to the victory. Yeah, easy. Ah, this is madness. A pirate don't abandon their treasures. My father, you must stop him. Leave him to us, Endo. Sinago, to me. I've got this. Oh, as we agreed, Aspen. Mulja mercenaries. I'll take the Mamulja. You focus on. I think he's already dead. No, he's not. You have no idea who you're up against. Where adventure? Aspen has a crazy glint in his eye. Out of his damn way! Please, you cannot let him win. Oh no, he's already gone. I must be getting old, letting some green venture get the best of me. Duh. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? My thanks, Endo. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get sorting out the docks. My thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray convey my thanks and apologies to Grimthota. No, Grimthota. No R. Is there an R? I can't tell from here. Grimthota. How fare you, Endo? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the dry docks safe. Abram apologizes. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was the hardest on him. But, in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way to move past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the by, the pirates were handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Raynor's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask you another favor. Men of the Blue Tattoos, Gimthota wishes to entrust you with an important task. Endo, in light of your role in recent events, there are few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since we last spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of Atsfan, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the victory. The missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything which a proven enemy of Limsa deems worthy of enciphering is likely of great interest to Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none of us here can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to turn to Bataran and his convenient connections. Thus, I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench into his hands, and no other. Do you understand? Ahoy there, Endo. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. Abram laid out the entire tale for me. Poor Sod was still railing that his old man's part in the business. But at least ye kept the victory from being sunk afore she sailed. And for that I owe you me thanks. You've really made a name for yourself here in Limsa, lad. Folks know that when they need something doing. You need something doing? And what might that be? Arcane Epistle. Whatever language this missive is written in, it is one you're not familiar with. You want someone to read the message written in funny letters for you? And Gimthota thought I might know a man as could. Well, let's see it then. Aye. I reckon I might know a canny bugger that can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name of Bataran. You know, you're like one of me regulars now, Endo. You've never let me down, and Navigator helped me. I reckon I can trust ye. Gimthota was right to want this message deciphered. We've got some trouble brewing here, and no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. Good to have you aboard, lad. Now then, where to start? Feint and strike. Bataran has a task for a trusted adventurer. Back when I was younger and nasty, I earned me living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn to read the orders you prized from the cold dead ends of his mates. That's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar. Them Sahagin letters, lad. And I should know. I've gotten more fishback messengers than I can count. It gets worse, though. The plan to blow up the Victory is all here right down to the fine details. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of all of L in Western Lenosha. Then the Maelstroms, a new flagship in the confusion. The point being, the attack on the Victory wasn't the act of a few rebellious pirates. It was a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But, if I'm reading this right, the attack itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them and rushed to do the job and bugged it up. Them tattoo-faced bastards, as they say, was playing at Brim's old man. They're with Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew were there, was they? Did they have something better to do, or what? 7 L's, I've got it all backwards. That mess at the Victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbacks ain't interested in this Maelstrom's baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirate lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising L in Western Lenosha, that's where it'll be. Summit tells me Swiftperch is about to get it and awe it awed. Here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to Commodore Rayner at the Coral Tower and tell him he's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him a hand. You can be damn sure he'll need one. No, not you. Yes, I'm Rayner. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the Victory. Now what can I do for you this day? You bear an urgent message from Bataran. Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet evening are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me what is afoot. Bataran's jottings, a small slip of paper with the drowning wench's proprietor Bataran 10 fingers. It's hard to read from here. Bataran 10 fingers, unintelligible writing scrawled all about it. An assault on Swiftperch, but we've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are massing for an attack. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Bataran is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Bataran's assessment that the attack on the dry dock was intended as a diversion, Swiftperch is one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore, sir. Report. This is Sahagin, sir. They've mounted a large-scale attack on South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defenses within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagin, which means that there is every chance this assault on Tide Gate may yet prove to be another feint. The fact remains, however, that we can ill afford to ignore it, and that leaves Swift Perch vulnerable to those pirate traders. It is at times such as these that I wish the warriors of light yet walked among us. But wishes will avail us not, Ebenfall. You must serve in this absence. Make for Swift Perch with all haste, and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. Make for Swift Perch with all haste, and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defense. You come to aid the defense, then well met and welcome. Come on, you gutless bastard. Let's see how you fare against trained soldiers. Not talking to us, but to the threat to come. Faint after bloody faint. Those pirates are getting too damn clever by half. Used to these lands were covered in... Oh, no, okay. Alright, then. Commodore Rayner sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action, though you bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. Oh, it's him! In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swift Perch, it was rebuilt by folks who stood strong in the face of every hardship and calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fishy fancying scum claim the honor of being the ones who finally broke their spirit. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Here they come! Yeah, now I thought, well, them yellow jackal worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't follow the plan, has he? Now what? Pull back and wait for us to Hagen, brother? Piss on that. We ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or it'll be your blood what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs be crushed under the full might of the serpent reavers. Seems Swift Perch was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1, 2, and 2 protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you're our rear guard. The rest of you, meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore's word of victory or no word at all. For Limsa the Minsa! I'll cut your yelly bellies and dance on your gizzards. I'm going hard. Yeah, I think he's got fixed aggro. Or maybe not. Get this. Don't go any safe self-heals at this level. Level up saved me. Void Call. Dwellers of the Abyss, your master calls. Heed me words. Let's see here. What all I miss? I'll get you. Okay. Do you know pirates come standing to the yellow jacket clouds? Did I die? No. Just story continued. Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. It's okay, I don't think I missed any big dialogue. I just was enjoying being a little bit crazy. The source of this strength becomes clear, of his strength. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I might smite mine enemies. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. They changed it, so now he approaches you directly. It used to be that you had to pull him, and if you pulled both, you were just going to get chunked. Soon you shall take your vile gifts to the grave, whence springs this preternatural might. Writhe as the venom eats its way through your vein. Oh, hey, a fearsome opponent against whom you shall not stand alone. An unwelcome guest, no matter, for all shall fall before me. No mortal should possess such strength. His power wanes, afford him no chance to recover. The wisdom of the Paragon should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the Bringers of Chaos, or Ascians, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon? You would know if we Charlanians have encountered before? Sorry. Pardon. You would know if we Charlians have encountered Ascians before? I've never spoken to you of my homeland. How do you know whence I am? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Are you alright, lad? If I'd known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left you a squatter 6 to keep you company. Well, at least we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those Reavers were the ones spiriting folks away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions, I have learned much. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about it. Well, I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Ishtola. Please give our regards to the Simons. I am glad to have played the role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spat of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhaps we will be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Rayner. Sorry, future me, if you're ever rewatching this, though I doubt you'd go this far back. I am returned. Ebb and fall, eagerly have I awaited your return. Words of your exploits is already spreading throughout the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of some arm, of sure arm, strong and You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa had more of your like. I have little doubt you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Baderon's eyes for a potential remains sharp as ever, though I doubt even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favor me with your own account of the day's event? Such victory bears retelling. Ishtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see, and she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the victory, and the small matter of your deeds at Swift Perch, you too have proven yourself a valuable friend of the Thalassocracy. Admiral! Mommy. May I present Admiral Blofuswin?
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa. On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward, after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Baderon and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the man who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast!
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
High Society, Commodore Rayner wishes to speak with you regarding the forthcoming banquet. I am not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honor. Why, even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you've performed in service of the Thalassocracies have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of the moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries
of Limsa Laminsa, and now that have imagined the scene, I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the wench and see what Badarin can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. Well, well, if it ain't Merylweb's guest of honor, hobnobbing with the high and mighty now, is it? I tell you, lad, I damn near snorted ale out me nose when I heard news. Heard the news. You've come a long bloody way. You have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure, you're not want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly with bursting with fine and, more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up in your shit-caked adventuring gear. No, the hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement to him, if only to stop folks complaining when he stuffs his face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octant and speak to Janassim, of the Burgeoners Consortium. She'll furnish ye with some of that gentlemanly to wear. I've already had word with her, and so all you need to do is pick up the goods. Then bring them back here, so as I can tell ye what's what. Good day, sir. I assume you're the underdressed gentleman Badarin mentioned. I see he was not exaggerating. I've chosen these especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. Been to Janassim, have ye? Let's have a look. Have that book then. I didn't read it. Here we go. A nice pair of dress shoes for you. A bloke might have much else to his names, but so long as he's got a decent pair of shoes on his feet, there ain't nowhere he can't go. Think of them as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, 'tis a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me, eh? Wouldn't do for Limsa's new hero to turn up to the banquet soaked in his own tears and snot. Any road. You're gob-sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. Yeah, I'll just leave on that. I don't need to wear the monocle. A mizzen-mast repast. Baderon wants you to let him know when you are ready to depart for the banquet. You're ready then, are you? Good. The banquet will be starting soon. If you'd waited any longer, I'd have considered it my civic duty to hit you over the head and drag you there. Now, make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, right? Carrying them won't do any good. Won't do no good. They're meant to make you look like a gentleman. Remember, not a gentleman's bleeding lackey. As for your directions, the feast being held on the bridge in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Xanthal in Bulwark Hall, and he'll show you the way. Just keep that head held high. After everything you've done for Limsa, you've good reason to be proud. And don't let no eyeborn bugger tell you differently. Dress shoes, fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come on, adventurer. I'll show you the briefing room.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this man for his services to our great nation. May the navigator guide and protect him on his journey, till sea swallows all. These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan. From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path. I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine. But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Such an extraordinary glow. This is one of the crystals of light.
By the navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not? Of a towering crystal. You bathed in her light.
Yashtola's conclusion is clear, and I see no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power. This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations, as once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light. Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands, yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the primals. When the Gallian Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance. And at the Battle of Carteneau, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light. Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them. Keep that crystal safe. In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
Flames to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whoresons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
The Yellow Serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the White Wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. Gods preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
Gods damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
I should live to behold Bahamut once more. Magnificent, the eons of imprisonment have only made him hungrier. I am aware of them, pay them no mind. They are powerless to act. It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. Morning, sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? What happened? Ah, you don't remember then. He keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused quite a right stir. And to carry you back to the wench, had to carry you back to the wench myself. Well, I say carry. 'Twas more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis little wonder you exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seems to have put color back in your cheeks, so I'll leave you to it. Bugger, almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. When you feel up to it, talk to Zenthal, and he'll let you to the command room. Oh, and stay awake. I'm told Merylwood was in the middle of telling you the story when you started snoring last time. I doubt she took too kindly if you'd repeat the trick.
Oh, I went up to the airship landing. Greetings, Endo. Admiral Blofuswin awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Ah, Endo, it is good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered? Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing, one I would entrust to no other. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business, then. The Lamincian Envoy. Merylwib wishes to entrust you with an important task. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship. And the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. I missed one. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally of Limsa, but that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions. A quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. Nodders. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nations to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure. Were you to travel by sea and land, I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge. But before you depart, I suggest you trouble Badarin for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well-traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with freer hand as I did in more peaceful times, when births were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the cloud sky draws the eye, risks drawing the eyes of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, Endo, your deeds do not go unnoticed.
Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lumins and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer, discover the realms for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystals guide you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Limsa Luminsa is not unique in her suffering. All the nations of Eorzea struggle with the multitude of hardships. The difficulties of this age will not be surmounted without the aid of you and your fellow adventurers. Thus, I pray that your eagerness and compassion never wane. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are you? Personal bleeding envoy? So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance. Oh, bugger me. I knew ye was going up in the world, but I didn't recognize you'd got that bloody eye. I'm proud of you, lad. Thinking of how far you've come, why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eyes. And that ain't the ale talking either. Well, not just the ale at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering me my way. Of course, this is only a start. Now that you got your hands on an airship path, the old of Eorzea is laid out before you, like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. If you think of us Laminsins as are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coin with the crafty merchants of Uldar. And then there'll be wild places where the beasties rule, and no bugger with an ons of sense set foot. But you're an adventurer, so I wouldn't let little things like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's heaps of trouble with plagues that plague every nation. Tain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infight and beast men and the goddamn primal's eye. There's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all you can do out there that you can't handle. Something tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folks are beginning to recover from the beatings the calamity dealt them. Call me an optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. 'Tis the perfect time for a adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. Wait, aren't you that famous adventurer? It's Endo Evanfall, isn't it? I thought I recognized you. You're an inspiration to us, sir. Highwind Skyway is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Gdonia is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Good fortune to you, Endo. The day'll come when your name means the same as hero to the folks around this realm. May ye walk in the light of the crystal. Castrum Occidens.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord. Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland. Soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Seeds here await your arrival. Greetings, good sir. You are the Minson envoy, are you not? I have received instruction to assist you. Pray, make your way to the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nofika's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand where the Elder Seedseer awaits. Mother Mione. That's right, I forgot these are all tied to achievements. Mitra. Cryptomancer. You are the Leminson envoy? Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Letter to the Elder. A letter addressed to Gridonian Elder Seedseer Kone Senna. Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of the Leminsa. Please, come with me.
So you are the Leminson envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Kone Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartino. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknownst to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon, Dalamud, would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for Cottonwood Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and I would never wish to see again, yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descents, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed by the blinking of an eye, while our forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation, and all seem sure to perish. As the flames converged on us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louisoix may have been able to shed light upon the mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Carteneau. And so we were left with countless questions, and no prospects of an answer. Yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste. And to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet, if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made, and for a service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. And if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. Greetings, sir. This is the count of the passengers traveling to Ul'dah. Oh, are you not Ento Ebenfold, the Liminzin envoy? On behalf of all Highwind Skies, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Oh, right, I have to... Wait, no, I'm in... No, board the airship. Right. I thought I went to Ul'dah immediately. The steps of Nul'Thah, not Nul'Thah, of Nuld. Ah, you must be the envoy from Lisa Laminsa. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. We've been expecting you. Flame General Raubon will receive you in the Fragrant Chamber. Please take the lift down to the Hustling Strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. I will stop there for this recording and pick up again later.